Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel, and thank you to all my wonderful subscribers, my clients. I love and appreciate you all. I'm so glad that I was able to help you move forward on your path. That's just really amazing. I'm really grateful for it. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Elizabeth. I'm a divine channeler, medium, spirit extractor specialist, White Witch, and Divine Alchemist, and I also happen to be a divine twin flame on the path to reunion. And I have to say, this video is being done by popular demand. It really is. I'm finding that a lot of my clients are in this stuck zone, or perceived stuck, of where, okay, I'm understanding that I have trauma, I'm understanding that I have patterns, I'm understanding I'm having things to shift, to release, but I really don't know where to start. I really don't know what to do to move this energy, to shift this energy. How do I go about this? And it's really important, in the work that I do, that when I do channel readings for people, that we're getting the information that is as specific as we can get in terms of what's coming up for that person, and also get down to what it's going to take to be able to work with those things, to clear them after the session. And that's very important. So I'm here as a reader, but I'm also here to be a guide, to help people to be empowered and know that you can do this. You can be able to clear your past, clear your blocks, and move forward. So if you are feeling like you are in this very stuck place right now, you may or may not be on the twin flame journey. This is really relevant and applies to everyone. But if you are, you certainly understand about the mirroring effect and how it gets very frustrating when you have your beloved and yourself in a physical separation, because there's a lot of things coming up, mirrored up, things from the past, negative patterns, beliefs, all of those different things. And, that's what causes that push and pull. So the very first thing that I want to start out with here is about detachment. This was brought up actually to me by one of my clients. And, it's kind of like, well, how do I detach and at the same time, have a desire for something to happen? And to be quite honest with you, the detachment part is truly about not being attached to a specific outcome, okay? It's not having expectations, okay? And that's what's really important. Detachment is also, think of it this way, is that you are not going to have a blockade for that energy. You're going to allow that energy by you pulling yourself back, not so over-focused on it, attached to it, wondering about the hows, the whens, the wheres, the ifs, all of those questions that happen from the ego, that you're not going to stay attached to those. You're just going to step back and you're just going to allow that energy, that flow to come through. Now, you can absolutely have an intention, put a very strong intention out to the universe, to source, to the divine, of what you wish to manifest, okay? And if it's in alignment, that's great, and it's really important to understand that, that we want to manifest what's in the highest good for us. So, but if it is in alignment, then it's about putting that intention out there, but also allowing source, the higher source, to be able to take that and orchestrate it in the best and highest way, in the correct divine timing for it. So it's truly letting go of trying to figure things out, but yet what your intentions and desires are. That you want to experience ultimate unconditional love. Perhaps you want to experience unconditional love in the physical way with a partner, okay? You want to be able to experience and manifest prosperity or something like that, right? So we put those intentions out there in the world, but we don't want to stay too overly focused on it or attached to it. So we want to pull back, allow those energies to go through, allow the divine, allow the universe, source, however you call it, to be able to work along with you. Remember, we're co-creating and co-manifesting with the divine. So And this is, I'm glad that that was brought up, because I feel like sometimes people have a lot of issues with that. They have problems with that. And that's where they create a lot of um, turmoil within themselves, where they're not feeling at peace with where they are in the present. And that's very important. So if you are very attached to a person, to a certain result, a specific result, too attached to it, okay, where you're trying to figure it out, okay, where you're trying to understand the details. That's when we're talking about, we're over focusing on it and trying to figure it out all of the time. You're not allowing that energy then to flow, and you are not in a peaceful, balanced place. So how could it manifest, right? We have to kind of get out of our own way, so to speak. So I hope that that helped to answer that, and detachment is really very, very powerful to allow things to go through, allow energy to manifest. So in terms of relationship blocks, okay, this comes up all the time, and I have touched on a lot of it with my videos, but I'm putting this all together in one video. It is so, so important, and Archangel Raphael has talked about this time and time again, and still continues to do so with my clients, to have a peaceful relationship with yourself. Peaceful, loving, accepting relationship with yourself. It sounds wonderful, right? But we go through a lot of learning lessons. We go through a lot of conditioning. And with that conditioning comes a lot of illusionary thought patterns, beliefs. So we are never born with fear. We come into this world, we are pure souls, and we absolutely acquire these fears. Okay, we pick them up in an ancestral way. They come from our parents, and those fears have come from their parents, and their parents, and their parents, and so on. So what we're looking at as far as, well, where do we start with a lot of these things? A great place to start is with ancestral line healing and clearing, looking at it that broadly. Just for instance, if you were brought up in a home where there was dysfunction in any way, where there was abuse, or perhaps you had parents that were just very, very focused on being the providers, creating security, stability, and they weren't unfortunately able to pay you much attention or connect with you in an emotional, nurturing type of way, so you felt left out, abandoned, neglected. I want you to think for a moment, because this is how we're making these connections. I want you to think about how that affects the relationship with yourself, and how that moves forward from there, because it's all relationships that you would have going forward is based on the relationship with self. Okay, so for just an example, if you were brought up in a home where there was dysfunction, your parents were name callers, said very, very mean things to you, things that put you down. Think about how that would have, been a mental program eventually, and created a lot of self-worth issues for you. Created a lot of I'm just not enoughs. Okay, really got you to doubt your confidence. Okay, and what kind of vibration and frequency does that say? It's a lower vibe, it's a lower frequency, and here we have these self-sabotaging beliefs. And what happens with that? Well, our vibe attracts our tribe, right? So if we are at that vibe, if we are at that frequency, if we're not feeling good enough, if we are constantly judging ourselves, or keep having that inner critic basically come up, then we are going to attract people in our physical reality that are going to mirror our inner experience. That's how energy works. It all begins with you. So it's about getting clear within you. It's about being able to have that more peaceful relationship with yourself. And as that relationship improves, so do your physical experiences. Okay, so childhood trauma, this would be considered childhood trauma. There's all different levels of childhood trauma. Okay, some people, are not even sure they would classify it as trauma, but yet even something as feeling as if your parents didn't connect with you enough and you were isolated, that's a type of trauma that has a traumatic effect there. Okay, so you can think of the sacral chakra, with where we hold our emotions, where we hold our trauma. But that also can affect other chakras as well, such as being fearful to speak one's truth, which is the throat chakra. Okay, not being used to being heard. Okay, because you just weren't heard when you were younger, and so there are fears of speaking out. This also can affect the solar plexus, which is your confidence. It's your ability to move your life forward, and it's that fire aspect, that fire in the belly, as we call it. So it can affect a lot of different things, right? But we have to look at it as the ancestral beliefs. And we have to understand that these beliefs are based on an old 3D paradigm. And this old 3D paradigm, when we're talking about our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, so on and so forth, they lived a life where it was very much about the lower chakras. It was very much about survival. It was very much about fears of lack, fears of dis-ease, fears of not being stable or secure. So a lot of arranged marriages, or the emphasis on you need to get married for women because that's a secure way of life. Okay, and that's value. And for the man, you have to be the provider. You have to be able to do the right thing in that way. You have to work really hard and kill yourself in order to be a provider for your family. So there were, those types of ways of looking at things. So just taking that into account, so many of those beliefs, those are passed down, to the children. Okay, so what we're doing as an advanced soul, so if you're watching this right now, more than likely you are an advanced soul, because that's why you were led to this video. Advanced souls, we are here to end those patterns, end those old 3D paradigm belief systems. We are here to ascend. Okay, we are on our ascension journey, which is unfolding and unfolding and unfolding. And we're here to end that. We're not carrying it further anymore. So the reason why I'm describing all of this to you, so that way you can understand where to place your attention when you are looking at, okay, well, how do I heal what's not currently working in my life right now? Okay? And it's also very important to understand that a lot of our belief patterns are also subconscious. So they end up being subconscious programming, okay? And it can even be down to the cellular memory. It could be down to that as well. We can call this trapped memories. And then a lot of people bury a lot of their emotions, call that repressed emotions from things. Okay, we're not always conscious. Some of it is subconscious. But what we are looking to do is bring so much of that up, bring it to the conscious level, so that way we can be able to release it, make peace, and be able to achieve more of our balance and our harmony within. That balance and harmony within says it all, folks. That balance and harmony is what it takes to truly bring the life that you really do desire, but you have been blocked because of those patterns, beliefs, things that you have gained from conditioning. So childhood is a really big one. Now we can have past lives that also affect us too. That's very true. And if you are an advanced soul, you are here living a last lifetime for the ascension. And so we are balancing our karma. We're here to balance that karma. Okay, so many people are ending karmic partnerships all across the planet right now because it's ending. It's ending. Karma is ending, period. Okay, we know as advanced souls that moving past our karma, moving past our blocks, being able to step into balance, into harmony, self-love, self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-empowerment, those are the keys to our light. Those are the keys. That's what it takes for us to attract in more wholeness and more light. Okay, so for those of you who are on twin flame journeys, that's what you desire. But if you're in separation, currently in separation, you're not quite both at that balancing and harmonizing yet, because there's more healing to do, which is okay. I mean, it's not a race. And detachment comes with this too, about letting go of timing, impatience, detaching from impatience, staying very present with everything, your life, being present with your healing, because remember too, some people are confused with this, that healing is not a linear process. Sometimes we can heal and feel like we've succeeded with healing a certain pattern, a certain belief, certain trauma, etc., only to find that there's more of it that's coming up. Perhaps our beloved, mirrored more of that up. And we think to ourselves, some people may think, oh my gosh, maybe I failed at this. Maybe I'm not doing it right. And it may not be that at all. It's really the fact that there's just more layers. And it's like peeling an onion. We're getting down to all the layers here and peeling it off and peeling it off and peeling it off until finally all of that has come to a resolution. And we go, we don't have that burden anymore. We don't have those burdens to carry any longer. Okay, and that weight is that energy. That weight is that karma. That weight is that negative vibration that keeps us down. And when that vibration is there, we're not attracting those higher things because we're at a lower state. So we're attracting lower people coming into our life, those who match us. Vibrational match with whatever you're experiencing right now. So if you are experiencing, in terms of relationship, in terms of, any type of abundance in your life, if you are unhappy with what you have been experiencing, then what it all comes down to is the inner changes, is the inner resolution. There is no other way of getting around it. So if you are finding, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do anymore, nothing's working out in my life, draw yourself back, detach, go back to the drawing board and see what's there. Meditate on it, and we're going to talk about, some of the beings that can help you, the light beings, angelic beings that can help you do this work. But I can't stress it enough. It's all about you. It's not about the other person. To judge the other person, and it's all the other person's fault. It's all on them. They caused it, or this situation caused it. It's all outside of me that caused this. It isn't about that at all. It truly is about understanding and taking responsibility for your inner vibration, for your inner world, for your inner harmony. And if it's not harmonious, then it has to begin with you in order to change your outside physical reality. And that's what we're here for as advanced souls. So it's not for us to truly want it's not that we don't have a desire to have unconditional love partnership with another person, because so many of us, we've decided upon that experience in this lifetime. We've chosen to experience the beloved, the reunion, the ascension. So it's not that we don't desire that, that desire's there, but it's to understand that it has to be about you, and the focus has to be about your healing, your growth, and stepping into that higher place. Okay? So the ancestral belief patterns, keep in mind, like we said, that some of the things, as far as fear-wise too, they may be coming from other lifetimes. Okay, I just want to say that again, because it could be the case there where has been a trauma, there's been something that's happened, even between family members, okay, which has been karmic. Keep that in mind, that might come into play here too. And, through meditation, through being able to connect with your team, connect with source, connect with their higher self, a lot of these things can be recovered. Okay? So, what ways can we work with? Well, definitely, I would say, as far as what I have done, what I have achieved, you want to be able to call in some really great help. Okay, some light being help. I have this guy behind me, Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is wonderful, strong, helps to cut those who have fear, fear from negative attachments, negative cords, negative beliefs, help to clarify truth, help you to speak your truth, help you to stay committed to yourself. Okay, so of course we have source to work with. We have, however you label source, the divine, the universe, gods, goddess, whatever works for you. We work with the divine to help support us. Okay, we're a team. But we have lots of different light beings who are also great. They are wonderful to assist us. They are just kind of waiting on the wing. We'll play on words there for angel humor, waiting on the wing. But they are, and they're there to be if you want to request from them, as they call it, request. We say prayer. I've shown a lot of, this is requested of us. They will step in if you do request it with your free will to help clear some of these things. So, some ways of clearing, well, you can call in source. You can ask Archangel Michael to help you, to cut you free from fears. This could be for yourself and your beloved. One of the ways in which is a really powerful way that I placed upon this channel that you might want to take a look at if you haven't done so already is the Archangel Michael Sword and Shield Attunement. It has a light language transmission to help you to become more attuned to Archangel Michael's personal energies. And what you can then do is work with his blue fire to transmute fear. Okay, and it's very powerful. It also could be used for protection, protecting your full manifest everywhere where you exist. His sword that I show you in the video, going down through your full manifest with the blue fire, that sword can cut you free from fear, can cut you free from any negative bindings. Okay, Archangel Michael can remove any rituals, dark rituals, anything like that. Michael can help to just really to help clarify also your fears. What are they? What am I fearful of? What fears am I still holding on to? So he can be asked to help clarify those as well. But the blue fire specifically, bringing those through for yourself, bringing those through if you have a beloved, really powerful and helping to clear some of those fears. Okay, so if you know that you are, having certain fears come up for you, okay, and it's making you very disruptive, uncomfortable, you're not finding peace in your day, it could very well be just being impatient, or feeling like you want to give up on yourself, or feel fearful that somehow you're having that illusion pop up that your beloved is never going to physically return to you, or your beloved doesn't choose you, or your beloved won't forgive you, or whatever the case may be. Archangel Michael can definitely be worked with to be able to cleanse these fears. Okay, and also set yourself, and if you have a beloved, free from any types of holds to other people that are not in the highest good. Okay? Again, think negative psychic cords, negative energetic lines to people and all those sorts of things. Even cutting negative contracts that could be hijacked soul contracts, which I talk about, I've talked about in another video. But contracts that are interference contracts from a dark karmic, things like that, Archangel Michael will take that sword and will cut that contract, which is foul play, in order to set an entrapped situation free. Those types of things are very helpful. But But Archangel Michael, you can also work with the Lords of Karma alongside Archangel Michael. Lords of Karma are celestial beings, ascended masters. They help to address justice. They bring bring justice, accountability, judgment, all of those types of things. So I think a great pairing would be working with Archangel Michael and Lords of Karma. See how you resonate with that. Okay. Archangel Raphael. Now I want to talk about Archangel Raphael, or also Archangel Chamuel. So Archangel Raphael is the heart angel, also known as the physical healer, but I love working with Archangel Raphael, especially in sessions when it comes to emotional healing. Right? We're clearing those emotions. It's those emotions that create that heavy burden, that negative energy. Archangel Raphael and Chamuel are fabulous with working with. We're going to go back to the trauma, connecting that, like to say, to trauma. And you can take Archangel Chamuel. Chamuel also is a heart angel. It's the pink ray, as a matter of fact. Chamuel helps to bring in peace with relationships in every way, peace with yourself, peace with others, and also brings in new beginnings. Archangel Chamuel is a great angel to work with if you are having issues with self. Say you're not accepting your body, or you're not accepting yourself in some sort of way, and you're your own worst enemy type of thing. Okay, causing you to be very erratic. Okay, and again, we have to say it's self-sabotage. So Archangel Chamuel can really help you to bring in that gentler energy with yourself and help you to be kinder to yourself. Help you to, with also Raphael, to take a look at, what's there that's causing emotional imbalance. Okay, I love working with Archangel Raphael and Chamuel when it comes to being able to connect with the child self. Okay, the child self can be connected with through meditation. So you can protect yourself with Archangel Michael, Mother Goddess, Father God, Archangel Michael. You can bring in Lords of Karma with Archangel Michael, and then ask Archangel Raphael and Chamuel to come in as my suggestion. Okay, these are all suggestions, so you can pick and choose, do all of them, tweak them, but these are just things from my own experience, which I found really helped move energy for me. Okay, and my twin, and my divine masculine. Okay, but they can help you to be able to be within meditation, okay, and really listen to what your child has to say. Make that intention, set that intention to connect with your child and see what kind of state your child is in. Okay, so if you know, for instance, that you've come from an abusive household, okay, and you are still having relationship problems, okay, relationship challenges, things are not going well in your personal life, perhaps things are not going even well with prosperity or anything like that, things are just erratic in your life, then it's time to go back to the more so the beginning, okay, and connect with your child and see what they have to give to you. Chances are you have a child self, a child fragment, a child aspect that is still in emotional turmoil in some sort of way. Archangel Chamuel and Archangel Raphael can certainly help you to work through that emotional turmoil, that emotional trauma. Perhaps your child is still feeling lonely. Perhaps they're still feeling trapped in a home, trapped in a war zone in which they feel like they can't get out of. Okay? Perhaps your child feels as though mommy and daddy don't care about me. They just don't care. They're never around. Or daddy left us. So I feel like everyone else is going to leave me. Maybe I'm just not deserving. Maybe I'm just not worthy. Maybe they're all going to leave me. Do you see what I mean? Do you see how we're making some of those connections there? But to, of course, go broader, whatever happened there with your parents is definitely a passing down with the ancestors, so it becomes that ancestral healing. But being within meditation and connecting with certain aspects of yourself is very important. Now, the shamans knew that, okay? The shamans understood that it's about becoming whole again. It's about achieving that wholeness. And so now the mysteries from all the older religions are becoming a lot more conscious to us now on this planet, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. Okay, and the shamans understood that sometimes we have parts of ourselves that are like ghosts of our past. They're still there. They're still having this residual haunting going on. The ghosts are still experiencing those lower emotions, still caught up in lower belief systems and lower thought patterns that are self-sabotaging. And what happens is it's sabotaging every single other relationship, like a domino effect. And a lot of times I'll have clients say, oh, well, it never works out for me in relationships. I always seem to attract the same type. If you're attracting the same type, then you are the same vibe. Okay, that's the truth of it. So it's about changing your own vibe so you will change your tribe. But what our focus is about taking our different aspects, our fragments, whatever we've gone through trauma-wise, and be able to heal that. Okay, we're going to go in deeper with that. But it's about being able to, heal those aspects, those fragments of our soul, and have them be integrated back into our being so we can achieve that wholeness and hence attract more of that same wholeness without the need or the attachment for somebody to fill a void that we cannot fill ourselves. Okay? Very, very important here to understand this perception. Okay? So the fragments of soul. Okay? Raphael can help you to have these conversations with certain parts of yourself. If you were bullied, say in high school, okay, if you were made to feel less than worthy, if you felt bad about yourself, you felt not good enough, inner critic, not worthy, all of these things, it gets carried until we're able to heal this. So how do we heal? So we're aware of this. We take these little vision journeys with our team. We ask, the divine beings to assist us. Now, it's important to understand just how important forgiveness is. And this is something to really think about here. And you may be in a place where maybe you're not ready quite yet. Maybe not. But I have to say, from what Archangel Raphael has always talked about, is that forgiveness truly is the key to freedom. Freedom for yourself, freedom for the other. It truly is a resolution. So many of us are, walking around feeling stuck, feeling blocked, feeling like we are not enjoying our lives. We can't manifest the life that we're truly happy in. And a lot of times it's because we have not been able to forgive another in our life. And we have not been able to forgive ourselves for whatever it is. I did this. I did that. I'm no good. I'm bad. I am not deserving because I did such and such. And we buried it. We tried to just bury it, move on with our lives, not think about it anymore, not have to tap into those emotions anymore, and maybe it'll just go away. But it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. That's the thing. And so forgiveness is super, super important. A couple of the ways for forgiveness. One of the ways which worked really, really well for me is writing a letter. Okay? And it's not a letter that you have to give to that physical person, but it's just the whole idea of shifting the energy. It's a release. It's a way of activity of release. And you can just write this letter. Take the time to really be honest, though. Okay, you're doing it from an authentic place. So anything that we're talking about here, you're doing it from a place of true intention, faith, authenticity. It's not just saying the words. It's not just going through the actions. It's very important to understand this, especially when it comes to shifting energy, whether through doing like an activity where you're shifting energy, whether it's saying a prayer. You want to be authentic. Intention is everything. So you could write a letter. It could be to your parent. It could be to your ex-lover. It can be to your twin. And whatever emotions are there, whatever you are mad about, upset about, all your rawest emotions. And if you could put that in that letter. And then within that letter, It's about really being able to just resolve it, to forgive that person, okay? To forgive them, to send them love, okay? It's important. The forgiveness, to send them love, okay? And to truly mean that really can create so many freedom miracles. Okay, now it's difficult to write these letters because a lot of those emotions come out. But the cleansing factor of it is really important and has a huge impact here. So you might even want to write a letter. This works too, and I've done this. Write a letter to your childhood self. Write a letter to your beloved's childhood self or their teenage aspect or whatever aspect you are picking up that's hurting. Okay? But you can do that. You can write a letter to, the ghost of your past, if you will. Yeah. And let them know. If you were the type of teenager that just constantly was picked on, or you didn't feel like you looked good enough, or you weren't smart enough, or you weren't with the cool people, and you felt bad and just not good enough, and all those things. Let your child know through that letter you are good enough. I just want to let you know. I just want to let you know how you understand that those things, you can let go of them now. Okay, think of them as ghosts. Okay, you don't want that ghost to stay in that place anymore, suffer those emotions anymore. There is a paranormal part here, guys. There is. You don't need that ghost of yourself to still residually experience those lower emotions anymore. So get on the same emotional level as those other aspects, your child, your teenager, whatever it may be. And let them know it's all right. Okay? And see them for the beauty that they are. Let them know the beauty, the wisdom, the talent, everything that you truly are that you can't see, you can see now. And it's now time to go, and you can. And once you're done with that letter, you can take that letter, you can burn it in a place that's safe, and that energy gets transmuted. Really powerful way. Okay? So you guys might want to experiment with that and see how you do with that. Another extremely powerful way of doing that is called Ho'oponopono. Okay, and some of you, I think, have heard of Ho'oponopono, and it's really along the same lines here. Is we're going towards forgiveness here, forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. Okay, but Ho'oponopono can even go past that. Okay, it's a ritual, it's a prayer from Hawaii, and it's truly about being able to take responsibility for our inner world, which was what we're talking about, so that way you can change your outer world. Okay, whatever we're still holding on to, those are the blocks that we can't get over. That's what causes the, all the upset. That's what causes it. So Ho'oponopono has a few lines in there. Okay, it's I love you, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. Really powerful, simple, but really powerful. Now, imagine if you were to say that to your former selves. Okay, those ghosts from the past, the ones that are just not thinking they're good enough, deserving enough, think everyone's going to leave them, or perhaps, they're never going to get anywhere in life, whatever the case may be for you. And being able to say these words to yourself, being able to take, that accountability of I'm going to change within so I can change without. That's what those words do. Okay, and you can even envision someone saying that back to you, like a family member or an ex-lover or a friend saying that back to yourself. And that exchange is the resolution, that forgiveness, that love, that gratitude. These are the things that the angels always talk about, whether using Ho'oponopono or using it in a different sense. It truly is about those things being able to free up energy and allow you to move forward. It's helping you and it's helping the other person. And you don't need to stay attached, okay, to the expectations. It's better that you don't, of course, as we talked about, with Ho'oponopono or forgiveness, the letter or anything like that. It's the whole intention that you consider it done and you're shifting things at an energetic level. Ho'oponopono can also be used for things like healing, like disease, for habits or anything like that, anything that's making you feel unpeaceful within yourself or stressful. being able to say the Ho'oponopono, those 4 lines, and you can chant that. You could do it for 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever works for you. And by continuing with that, it really does help to set everything free, because forgiveness really does set everything free. And the great thing about Ho'oponopono is that it also helps to get to the subconscious level. So it's the conscious, but it's also the subconscious. Remember the trapped memories, the repressed emotions, the things that are underneath that we bury, some things that we may be carried over from other lifetimes. Those are the subconscious. We're talking about getting to every single level, guys, getting to everything. Okay, so if you haven't tried that, that might be something you might want to use. If you're a twin flame, you might want to, do that with your twin. You don't have to do it physically. Again, you can do it as a meditation. It's still being done. Okay, energetically, it's still doing its thing. So you might want to try that as well. Okay, one of my absolute favorites, and I'm going to end on this one, really, really powerful. I've talked about it so many times, is the violet flame invocations. So this is a great way that, if you know, and you don't have to know every single detail of what you're clearing to clear, because there are some things that are subconscious, okay? But is it better to? Yes, it's even better, because you're able to get to it that much faster, okay? But say if you know that you've had childhood trauma, or whatever that trauma may be, whatever the patterns or the beliefs are that you can, that you're aware of, if you do know about that, the violet flame is a great way of transmuting energy. And again, it does work subconsciously too, just by invoking it. It is the Holy Spirit in action. It was brought by Seventh Master Germain, Saint Germain, okay, his twin being Lady Portia. It is the 7th ray Archangel Zachiel, and this is the Holy Spirit in action. This is prayer in action at its best, guys. So for you that wants to take action with your healing, here's a prayer in action that is super powerful and works through all lifetimes, all timelines, all dimensions, all levels, all bodies, everything. Everything. And I did a video of working with the violet flame that you might want to take a look at, but I also have the PDF version that I wrote too, in case anyone would like to work with that. Okay, so I have the Archangel Michael attunement, and I also have the violet flame prayer, which is called Twin Flame Alchemy. Okay, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful, and powerful way of cleansing yourself, of visualizing the violet fires all throughout yourself, okay, all throughout anyone you wish to also work with cleansing, like a beloved twin flame. It helps to transmute karma, patterns, beliefs, unforgiveness, abandonment, neglect, false identities, you name it. Fears of separation, fears of lack, all of those types of things. It literally turns negativity into positivity with a simple mantra: I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity that God desires. Yes, I am. The power of I am, the I am that I am, means that you are of the divine. The divine is of you, okay? And that you are bringing that through. You're stepping into your holy I am that I am, and the I am is invoking and taking within. Okay, you're aligning with your divine self, basically. You're aligning with the divine. Always, always, always do I recommend the violet flame. Can you work with the Ho'oponopono and also work with this and also work with the other things mentioned? Sure. You could work with 1, 2, all. Write a letter. However, it's what you resonate with. I'm just trying to give you guys some hints on what you could do. It really is a very powerful invocation. It works right down to the subconscious and cellular level. It even transmutes diseases. So I highly recommend that. Okay, it really is about taking action with your prayers, calling in divine beings and asking them to assist you with clearing it in the here and now. And to keep in mind too, this is actually the last thing I do want to mention. I know we're getting there with time, but to have faith and understand that when you're shifting energy, it is done. It's not about questioning it. It's not about staying attached. Again, attached with the ifs, the whens, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? How long is it going to take to work? It's nothing like that. Nothing with the mind attached to it. No. I do suggest doing this work with knowing that it is done in the here and now. Everything's in the now. In the now. Okay, we're taking on now the 5D paradigm, the 5D soul. We're bringing the 5D paradigm here on earth. It's all about the now, that there is no separation from source, which means there's no separation from your beloved, that you are not separated from source or anything that source could provide, and that all energy can be shifted, can be molded in the here and now, energetically, and then the physical reality will echo that. Okay, so it's important to understand and have faith in that, and set your intention that when you are calling forth assistance to help clear for yourself, for your beloved, that you're asking them to assist you, that you are considering it done in the here and now, in the name of Mother Goddess, Father God, Jesus Christ, Ascended Masters, however you wish to label that, but to know that you are successful in the here and now energetically, and that you do not need the proof of that. You are allowing yourself to stay detached from that and allowing that healing to go through. I hope that this was helpful for all of you. Please let me know. I am available for reading sessions. Okay, I'm scheduling for May, and they are filling up rather quickly. If you are new, I definitely recommend an hour if you're able to do that. If not, we'll see what we can get for the 30-minute priority, and that you could always return, and we could always do another 30 minutes. But if you are feeling like you need that little extra help, or you would like to channel, from your spiritual team, from the angels, more specifics that maybe you're not aware of, maybe you're only a little bit aware of, and you'd like to get more specific with that, I'm certainly here. You can visit theparanormalpriestess.com. I leave all my information in the description below. Contact me, and I will check in with my team to see if we're a match, if it's guided. And if so, I will let you know. Just be patient with me. I tend to get a lot of inquiries, and so it may take me a few days to get back to you. So I appreciate your patience, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was what you needed. Don't give up on yourself. You can do it. You can. If you're in a separation, physical separation that is, with your beloved at this time, know that it's just that there's more healing to do, and perhaps what we talked about will be, just what you need to be able to move that energy. I hope so. Remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest blessings, and I'll see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Love you.